This is a music programme. There will be no voting, no one will sing, and at the end of the series, no one will have a recording contract. These are some of the icons from the last 2 decades of dance music. And they're all here tonight. This is The Underground.
Hi, I'm Tom Middleton, otherwise known as the Jedi, Cosmos, Amber, Mod Wheel, Secret Ingredients, Jedi Knights, Global Communication. I've done this 3D album, and I have to say it's a great idea for a great concept for a project, because it incorporates these 3 different facets of the music that I'm into and the music that I make as a producer and artist. So on the one hand, you've got the club disc. So with that, I'm basically mixing up my favourite hot club tracks mixed with some deep nuggets that I've been collecting in my iTunes playlist since the last sort of 5-6 years. So I'm digging from probably about 5 years of tunes that I think have got this timeless, deep quality about them. The studio disc is a collection of remixes, re-edits, unreleased material that I've made myself under various pseudonyms such as Cosmos, Mod Wheel, and myself as Tom Middleton. And home disc, home listening, some nuggets that I think have been overlooked and need a bit of re-evaluation. Brought back a bit of Orbital, a bit of Derek May, yeah, some juicy little numbers on there. So this album, the home disc, starts quite fast, and then by the end of it, you're going gradually lowering the tempo. It's getting more and more chilled out, and so the final few tracks are ambient, almost beatless. And I think that's really nice when you're listening to it, because you start with the energy, and it gets more and more chilled out, more and more relaxed, and the music gets more and more beautiful, in my opinion. And that's something that I'm again seeking hard with my researching into music. It's beautiful music. Those nuggets that they're not just temporary fashion tracks. These tracks have longevity. They're really honest in the way that the producer communicates to you. You're listening to it and you're thinking, yeah, you know what, I think I get where that producer's coming from. I'm feeling what the producer's feeling. So that's the music that I'm seeking, is the special stuff. Music is emotions in sound, as far as I'm concerned. This is something I've been developing as a philosophy since probably 1993. There's this whole idea of transferring your feelings into sound and communicating with people on that fundamental level, which bypasses language, culture, race, class, age, all of these things. The universal language of music that cuts through everything. You can communicate emotions in this form, and it's something that I'm trying to quantify. When I'm selecting music for compilations, one thing that I'm concerning myself with is the emotional content of the music, beyond everything else. It's good rhythms, harmony, melody, that's fine, but beyond that there's an extra layer. It's the feeling inside it. I have to say, the first thing that excited me about dance music was this feeling and energy. It was these 2 things combined, feeling and energy. It was actually a lot of Detroit techno, Chicago acid house, and New York garage. Listening to those for the first time on a club sound system when you're about 18-year-old, unbelievable. It's like a whole new world has opened up to you. I also remember going to a nightclub in Cornwall called the Bowgie, and Richard James, the Aphex Twin, was making music that time. And he's playing his tapes, C90 tapes. This is way before CDs, tapes in a club, vinyl and tape. And these tapes had music that he'd made in his bedroom, bonkers, like kind of proto-jungle, breakbeat acid, mayhem, distorted and twisted with Julie Andrews samples from The Sound of Music going off halfway through just to spin people out. So this is daft. And again, it was that raw, pure, innocent and naive expression. You know, he was communicating with us. And you know, since that point, I've really been tuned into that part of music, which it's, you know, one soul speaking to everyone else through the music. It's a very interesting process. How, if you think about how is it possible to take a feeling and turn that into melody and harmony, and then you play that back through some speakers, someone hears it through their ears, processes that, and then has the same feeling. Now that's the closest thing to magic that I can say. Closest thing. Alchemy, maybe.